I would like to turn things over to Brian Bright, who is the director for Guitar Hero World Tour from Neversoft. Brian, please, it's your Let's Rock. All right, thank you. Thank you all for coming. As Peter said, Guitar Hero World Tour, we have over 85 tracks. They're all master recordings, no more cover versions. Some of the biggest bands, and you'll only find these in Guitar Hero this fall. Jimi Hendrix, Ozzy Osbourne, the Eagles, Van Halen, the Doors. These are all master recordings. Some of them we had to really dig deep just to get the master recordings out of some guy's basement, you know, we've had them since 1978. We've been able to dig them out, pull them out, and put them in the game. We are also very committed to downloadable content. For Guitar Hero World Tour, we're going to have frequent releases from the biggest bands as well, beyond the ones, Metallica's Death Magnetic and the REM track pack. Upcoming, we'll also have some Jimi Hendrix packs and others out there. And that gets to celebrities. You know, last year we had Slash, we had Tom Morello in the game, Bret Michaels. This year we have more celebrities and some of the biggest names in rock. We have Jimi Hendrix. You can play as Jimi Hendrix, play as Ozzy Osbourne, play as Zakk Wylde, Travis Barker, Hayley Williams, and there's a few more that'll be announced shortly. Now, what is Guitar Hero without instruments, right? So this year, we're going to make it even a more social gaming experience. We have guitar, drums, and microphone. So I will start with the guitar. This is the new guitar. It's a little bit larger, different shape. Still has a detachable neck. Has detachable faceplates for customization. Has a directional knob that's built to look a little more authentic, more like a volume knob. A longer contoured strum bar, longer whammy bar, and a touch-sensitive slider bar. Now the slider bar is used in game. You can either use it to strum, you just tap. You can play slap bass on it, you just tap that. You don't need to use the strum bar. There's special slide or tapping sections in the game that you'll see. Those can be played just by rubbing your finger up and down on the slider bar or tapping it. And we also use this extensively in the music studio, which I'll show you a little bit later. And we have a star power button, which can be used to trigger star power, but in the music studio it also acts as a palm mute button. So you hold that down with the palm of your hand and you actually play palm muted notes in the music studio. And we still have an accelerometer in the guitar, so we know exactly how much you've tilted the guitar, the position and the orientation for star power, but in the music studio we use this in some really innovative ways. Now the drum kit. This is the new drum kit. It's, we had a couple of mission statements in mind when we designed this. Number one was that we wanted it to be quiet. So hand in hand with being quiet, we wanted to have a lot of bounce back, so you could do rolls, flams, we could pick that up in game. So the heads are very thick, they have nice thickness of silicone in there, they're very responsive, very quiet, no clacking when you're playing, very, very nice to play, very comfortable on your wrists and hands as well. The other thing that we wanted to do was we really wanted to raise the cymbals off of the pads. We didn't want to abstract the gameplay because of the limitations of the hardware. So we wanted you to know when you sat down in front of our drum kit that the hi-hat is always here, the crash cymbal's here, the snare, the high tom, and the floor tom. We didn't want to change this up from song to song. So a really good drummer, someone that's seasoned, someone experienced, could close their eyes and play the song the way it was intended to be played. Now, obviously there's a kick pedal. The kick pedal is standard jack. You can actually use a Y splitter and do double bass kick if you like. And also on the back is a MIDI in jack. Now, you might not be familiar with what a MIDI in is, but basically all you need to know is you plug any electronic drum kit into this kit. The kit is wireless. You plug your electronic drum kit, whether it be a $2,000 Roland kit, Yamaha kit, or a $300 cheap MIDI drum kit. You plug any of them in here, and you can play our game with that. You can also use it in the music studio. You can plug any drum machine, any groove box, anything you have in here, lay your beats out on that, and record them in the game to be as the backbeat for your song. We also have a microphone. You'll see it in a minute, but it's a Logitech mic. It's got a long wire, it's got a strain relief, very high quality weighted microphone, so it feels really good in your hands. So we have a lot of features in Guitar Hero World Tour. I'm not going to cover all of them, but some of the big ones are we have 5 career modes. We have a bass career, a guitar, a vocal, a drum career. We also have a band career, but the band career can be played in numerous configurations. So you can play 4 players all in one living room, start a band career. 2 players leave, you can pick up 2 more players from online. They can join your band, and then you can continue on your career with the online players. You can do that throughout your career, any kind of configuration. We also have 4-player band versus band, and the same thing. That can be any combination of local or remote players can play band versus band, 4 versus 4. We have a really extensive Rockstar creator in-game, full facial deformation. You can move and shift all the bones around in the face, change the skin tone, change the hair, have lots of clothing options. You even have a layered graphics system where you can actually put up to 40 layers of graphics together to create things like face paint, the face of your guitar, your drum skin, your band logo. You can even create your own album cover for when you share the music that you've made up on GHTunes. So when people browse through GHTunes, they not only see the name of your song, the genre, what instruments are in it, but they also see your album art. So we're going to do a brief demo on the music studio. We'll cue up now. All right, Eric's going to help me out here. The music studio is basically a way for people just to play together, right? So like people have been using Guitar Hero instruments to create music in kind of hacky ways. You've seen YouTube videos. They've also created like custom note charts and kind of ripped apart older games. We really wanted to embrace that and bring it into World Tour. So we're doing lots of things like the MIDI port and some of the new features that we'll show you here to really embrace that community, get people to join together to make music. So Eric can play on the drums right now. Thanks, Eric. So some of the things that you see here is he was on drums. Now, I'll switch out here, clear out. At any point in time, up to 4 players can swap in and out and just kind of jam together. I'm on rhythm guitar. You see I've got big tone. I'll go ahead and show you here. We actually partnered with a company called Line 6. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar, Line 6 creates hardware guitar effects processors. They do amplifier and cabinet modeling. They basically allow any guitar to sound like any guitar you've ever heard recorded ever. We've put over 50 presets in just on the rhythm guitar alone. All just to give you a different sound. That's just for the rhythm guitar. We also have the scale. Now, for people who aren't musically inclined, you can just stick with the E major scale, which we load up automatically. If you want to go ahead and make a different types of music, you can go in, you can change the root note, you can change the scale from major to blues to minor to pentatonic, chromatic. You can even go in and do a custom scale and set up each of the colored chords to whatever note you want. And then once you get your scale set up, you can easily just make the whole band scale follow your scale, so nobody else has to go in there and tweak this. We've got other instruments. We've got the lead guitar, functions like the rhythm. Except it uses the accelerometer to change octaves. And it also has hammer-ons, pull-offs, and even by using the star power button. Now beyond the lead guitar, we have the bass, which I'm not going to demo, but